What's up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, I'm doing teasers because Sean lost his mind last week. But we have a wife who punches another woman, a son who is afraid of his own room, a boyfriend has a problem that's been going on for 8 years, an OP goes by the 3-day rule in dating, and a boyfriend shouts at an entire room of people. After that, we play Rate This Date, our segment crafted by the Amazing Underbakke. And for the Patreon and YouTube members only, we have a CEO who demands employees return to the office and gets exactly what he asked for. If that sounds interesting to you and you want day early and ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network, or you can sign up for our YouTube membership on our YouTube channel. Reddit on Wiki starts now. What is up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome to a Monday episode hosted by your boy Josh.
Whoa.
The white man taking over the Monday. I'm of course joined by my two co-hosts, John and Sean. What's up, boys?
Hello.
The hair is out today, boys. You guys are looking good.
Speak for yourself, good, brother. Wow. You look extra good, groom to be.
Yeah, as we're recording, it's a month to the day that I will be married.
Wed.
We'll probably be eating dinner a month from now at this time. But super exciting, but also super stressful. There's a lot going on.
I bet.
Behind the scenes. But yeah, it's exciting. You guys got your flights all booked?
All booked.
I need to get a hotel for Toronto. I keep forgetting to do that. And I'm like, wow, we are cutting it dangerously close. I need to do that this week. Oh, I also need to buy a backpack for the Roadcaster because we're recording over there. Not Josh.
Yes.
We are.
Not me.
But John, I, and the wives.
I'm excited to hear that episode. Are you guys doing like a live stream or a recording? Like what's your plan?
We're recording.
We're recording, okay. I think. What are we doing for that? Is that just were we going to do like an actual week? That would be 2 episodes. That's something we need to figure out what we're doing.
We would actually have to, and where are we going to record it? That's another question.
I joked about doing it at the reception and then having all your aunts and uncles also join the episode. Maybe inebriated. I am right now currently no, just kidding.
No, it can't be at the wedding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lines have been drawn.
Why not?
Lines have been drawn. Yeah. That's where I put my personal life boundaries.
Respect. We'll do it at the rehearsal.
There we go.
We're not even invited there, brother.
Yeah. We're coming. I don't know what to tell you. We are there.
All right. Well, are we ready to hop into Monday's episode here?
Let's do it.
Not the asshole.
Nope. Incorrect. Wrong story.
That joke will never get old. I do laugh every time you do it.
Damn, that just confirmed he's going to do it for another 3 years now.
Fine with it. I'm good.
That's all I can remember. It's a stamp of approval from Sean. All I
forget every month until it happens, and I'm like, yeah, he did it.
Yeah, the thing.
Hell yeah.
All right. We got the first story here, cross-posted on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that's us.
Go subscribe. Go follow it. I don't know how it works.
Shout out Midscore.
Yeah. Shout out
to the Reddit. I think you just join.
Join.
I think that's
okay.
what it is. Join a
subreddit.
subreddit. Join the subreddit.
That makes sense.
Oh, speaking of our subreddit, shout out to Midscore. She has amassed 200,000 followers or whatever you call them on Reddit. Joiners. Redditors? We have a Reddit podcast. I don't even know what they're called.
Yeah, we're boomer Redditors.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, something. But yeah, that's exciting. 200,000 on our subreddit. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Go make it 300,000.
It's never enough.
We just need half of you guys to know we exist and actually listen to an episode because that would be great.
We'd love for you guys to donate $1 each every
Imagine.
At least once a month. I mean, can you imagine?
Imagine.
Crazy.
I think we could all be full-time then at that point. If we're getting
for sure.
$200,000 a month.
That would be crazy.
Can't even imagine.
I'm erect thinking about it.
John and I could definitely be full time. That's for
Wow,
sure.
that's fucked
For
up.
sure.
If we make $200,000 a month and you're like, man, almost there,
Sorry,
Sean.
Sean.
Crazy, Sean.
You still gotta work on the
2
grind.
days is just going too
I
strong.
just fixed your resume. You gotta keep going.
God damn it.
Fuck. All right. So, first one, cross posted on our subreddit by lower score Strawberry Bunny. And the title is are they goat? I've heard their name.
Goated at this point.
Yeah.
I hear their name a lot.
Not gonna lie to you. First time I've heard it, but it's also me, so it definitely could have been
Definitely not.
Gasp.
This one is titled "My 37 male wife, 35 female, punched a woman in the face in public in front of our daughter, 6 female."
Sounds like self-defense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, stories like this, they just have it coming. I'm never one to promote violence, but I'll say this. If Ronda Rousey was punching me and then I got in trouble for punching her, I'm like, she very easily could kick my ass, obviously. So, I mean, I don't know what a fair fight is. It's not that.
Yeah, I feel most people could kick my ass.
Yeah, me too.
I just defeat them by talking so much shit. They get tired from whooping my ass and they're so exhausted. And then I'll kick them in the nuts afterwards.
Amazing.
No, you're in the military.
Yeah.
I'd be actually afraid to fight John.
I have nothing to lose. Actually, I have a lot to lose.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
I
say.
do talk a
You
lot
have
of
a
shit.
pretty great life, it seems.
I have a great life.
All right. So the story goes as this. I don't know how to feel about this. My wife is 8 months pregnant. And last night we went to a restaurant with our daughter that was surprisingly crowded for a weeknight.
Oh, I totally misheard this. I thought the husband punched the woman in the face.
No,
in front
it
Oh.
was definitely the wife.
I was
Oh.
wondering why you said if you were getting punched, but
Yeah.
I just went along with
Wow,
it.
back-to-back weeks, me and Nancy not listening to the...
So we were waiting for our table when my wife grabbed my arm and said, "That woman over there keeps staring at us." I told her not to think about it too much, as she has a tendency to point out creepy people a lot. We got to our table, and while we were waiting for our food, the woman she pointed at came up to us and asked if she could touch my wife's belly.
Ooh,
she has a good creep dar.
Breezy, yeah.
That was really good. Good assumption.
Scoping them out. I would not be able to point them out.
Honestly, I don't look at enough people. Honestly,
Yeah. I'm head down.
yeah.
I'm one of the
talking.
people that are probably staring, but the thing is, I can't even see you from far away. And my mind is probably elevator music the whole time.
My wife said, "I'd rather you not," but the woman did anyway, and my wife stood up. The woman looked at our daughter and said, "What a beautiful little girl," and tried to pick her up by the armpits.
Oh, no.
Yo,
That's not okay.
where are you, OP?
Yeah, why are you not?
As
being
soon
like,
as she
"Hey,
touches
fuck off."
your wife's stomach, you gotta be like, you gotta fucking get the fuck out of here, right? Like, that's not
Yeah.
cool. She just said no.
Why
Exactly.
didn't you turn to Ronda Rousey, OP?
Yeah, what the fuck?
My wife then pushed the woman back and punched her in the face. I took her arm, got my daughter, and we got out of there. I asked my wife why she did that, and she said, "Are you kidding? A complete stranger tried to pick up our daughter."
Yeah.
I told her she overreacted and that such force was not necessary.
I would say maybe not a punch to the face, definitely a push and then get your family out of there. I think the punch was warranted, but if you're trying to be like, okay, let's not get arrested or let's not get in a fight when we're 8 months pregnant. Really, OP should have been the one to step in, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you should not have your 8-month pregnant wife
And your
fighting
daughter.
this kind of battle
Like
and your 6-year-old daughter.
being in that, in danger like that. Like,
Like, she could
It's-
easily pick up the daughter and run.
yeah.
Like, what the
That's
fuck?
exactly it.
That's my first thought is I'm not thinking cute old lady. I'm thinking child abductor.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, if she wants to come after you for assault charges, hit her back with she had touched your stomach like immediately. That's assault because you said no, and there
Yeah.
are witnesses. So
and say kidnapping, potentially.
Also,
Potentially.
hopefully that restaurant has like fucking cameras inside.
yeah,
So, like
Mhm.
when they see her grab your child by the under the arms. Yeah, I think you should be. I don't know the law. You should be allowed to,
sue or
stop
whatever,
that from
charge.
happening. You know what I'm saying?
I told her she overreacted and that such force was not necessary. I had some reservation about letting her go out in public while pregnant, but I don't really think I can at all now. Not if she's going to act like this, which is a weird.
What?
You let her out in public?
Why do you have
She's an
reservations?
She's an adult. She can do what she wants.
There
you
are
know what I mean?
8-month, 9-month pregnant people all over. I feel like when people are waiting to give birth, like when they're trying to get the labor started, they're out like at malls or Target just walking around to try and get that shit to go. You know what I mean?
That's another crazy shit that I think about. She's 8 months pregnant and she's the one that stood up.
That's what I'm saying.
She's the one that had to do something.
That's what I mean.
Seriously, dude.
Fucking crazy.
I don't really know what to do. She still
Stop
seems
being
to
a
think
bitch.
she still seems to think she did nothing wrong.
You didn't.
I have never acted like this in public, and neither has she. The fact that she likely traumatized our daughter by displaying such violence in front of her is something that's making me look at her slightly different. What should I say to her?
Sorry for being a bitch.
Yeah, should say sorry.
should apologize.
You should have been the one. You should have been the one standing up for your wife and protecting your kid. You don't let a stranger just straight up grab your kid, assault your wife, especially when your wife was saying, "Hey, I'd rather you not."
Yeah.
And he still did it. That is punchable offense right there.
Yeah.
At least, it should, as soon as your wife says, "I'd rather you not," she does. Boom. You get up. You're like, you got to leave. If she's not leaving, you got to get a manager over there, or you just take your family and get out. The fact that she did that, you stayed seated, and then she picked up your kid, and you still stay
seated.
You know what I'm saying? What is going through your head at that time? You're just cool with a random stranger picking up your child. Again, they could just run.
Like his concept is he's like, oh, she didn't physically punch you. It's like, yeah, but she assaulted your wife. You know what I mean? Like, she said no to that touching. Like, that's a line. If she touches you, that's assault. And so she responded to be fair, she held back until
until your kid was in danger.
Till the kid was in danger. And then she used force, which I think was necessary. Again, if you had stepped in beforehand and, figured that out before, like separated them, none of this would have been an issue. But you're
just get in the way in between.
Yeah, that's literally what I mean.
Least you could do.
Literally just get in between them and say, hey, fuck off, basically. And then none of this would have happened, but you're too much of a bitch to do anything about it. So
true.
Yeah.
I hope the comments
Did they say anything
roasted
will
his ass.
happen? Is there some sort of an update of what happened if the lady sued or not?
I'm pretty sure his account got deleted. I think, yeah. Suspended. Sorry, but no, there was no update from what I could tell. So if there is one later on, let me know. Laex in our comments said, "What really gave me pause was the sentence. I had some reservations about letting her go out in public while pregnant.
That
what
is
the
weird.
fuck? That doesn't sound great on top of the several instances where he's trying to paint his wife as hysterical. It's not a good look." I gotta say, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, it seems very controlling, the language, whether he, misspoke or whatever. But on top of everything else that's happened, I'm like, you're not a great guy. You know what I mean? You're a piece of shit.
Someone had to protect your family. It ain't you, brother.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the next story. Posted by Banana Burps. And
they're new. Haven't heard of them yet.
Not cross-posted. It's
okay.
It's just a random red. I found this one.
Okay.
But this was posted on Best of Redditor Updates. And the title for this one is, "At My Wit's End. My son suddenly won't go into his room, but he won't tell us why."
There's a monster.
Haunted, potentially.
Some conjuring shit.
So this one, yeah, could you imagine this is on r/let's not meet?
Oh.
No, it's not. It's not. I actually don't know where it's from originally. Let me check. Originally posted to r/momit, which is new to me.
Momit, like MOMIT?
MOMMIT.
Oh, okay.
So it's like support for moms and stuff like that, I believe. Anyway, so this first post, or OP's first post, is on July 20th, 2024. And it goes like this. We moved into a new house about a year ago so that my son, who turns 4 next month, can have his own room.
It's haunted. John was absolutely right. This bitch is haunted.
We thought the transition would be rough, but he took to his room almost immediately and have had no issues. He loved his room, has all his toys in there, bedtime routine went smoothly. Most night he dozes off after a couple of stories and a smooch on the head. He has his night lights and we keep the door open, even though he never mentioned being scared of the dark. Something changed on July 4th.
Fireworks?
He spent a good chunk of the afternoon playing in his room, even refusing to come downstairs for a bit. That same night and every night since, he refuses to go into his room at all, insisting on sleeping in our room. He won't go in with us holding his hand, and if we're able to get him to go in for a second to retrieve a specific toy, he won't go all the way in, and then he'll immediately run back down the hall. He has no problems taking a bath in his bathroom across the hall, but he insists we keep the bathroom door closed. Then he runs straight from the bathroom to our room. We have asked him in all sorts of ways why he doesn't want to go into his room, and he'll deflect by either screaming, "Cowboy hat!"
Sounds like a 4-year-old.
They say a la muffin. So maybe he's calling the muffins a cowboy hat? I don't know. Or giggling while naming every animal he can think of. We're guessing he had a nightmare at some point, but he did spend the afternoon in his room with no problem on the day this started. We're not getting anywhere here, and as a result, I've been sleeping in his room while he shares our bed with my husband. Maybe I'm looking for someone who has had a similar experience with their child that can offer up some fresh ideas, or maybe I'm just venting because I miss my bed. Arg. So any thoughts to what this could be?
Maybe something with the fireworks?
I will say it's 4th of July. He had his own room. He was playing there all day. He said cowboy. Maybe he saw like a stranger and a neighbor that looked scary and like, maybe wearing like a cowboy outfit, and he freaked out. Okay. And he's associating the fireworks and seeing a stranger. Maybe they made eye contact or some shit. And he was just freaked out, and he thinks that guy's going to pop in his room.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm thinking the same thing, like somebody creepy out there, maybe not looking at him, but just, he saw somebody weird looking. Yeah, maybe the combination of that and the fireworks, not really understanding what that was about.
Because they were what, 4 years old?
Yeah, they're almost 4, yeah.
They have a pretty big imagination for 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are off the haunted train.
It could be haunted.
I'm generally I generally am not very superstitious, I guess.
You're a little stitious?
I'm a little stitious.
Just a little stitious.
Not super.
I avoid the cracks on the sidewalk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so a comment from HoneyNo8465 said, my guess is he's either scared or ashamed. Could be fireworks like others are mentioning, or it could be really silly. Hopefully not a ghost. I'm thinking like he pooped in the closet, had a potty accident, vomited, broke or spilt something. Have you torn apart the room to make sure nothing about it is different? OP responded, my perception is that he seems more scared than ashamed. I've been sleeping in his room every night and checked every single corner. Nothing out of the ordinary. I don't think it's the fireworks because there were no fireworks going off in the early afternoon when he was actually in his room, and either way he enjoys fireworks so much. We stayed outside all evening and watched them in both the front and back of the house. I've kept his room as normal and as welcoming as possible, especially when he's taking a bath. He might crane his neck around the corner to get a peek of his room, but ultimately he'll turn and run. We managed a few times to get him to walk a few steps in and grab a specific toy he wanted, but then he'll bolt. And then they put an edit to the actual post. They say, I think I may have just cracked the case here, but I have to figure out how to go about it. I was just grabbing something in his room around 3 p.m. today and heard what was definitely an animal scurrying on the roof, probably a squirrel. We have a metal roof and an exposed beam ceiling, so we hear any drop of rain, but I have never heard it until now, so this would make sense as to why he keeps naming animals in his room. I'm just going to go have to figure this out. And there is an update to this.
Better not be a snake. I'll cry.
Thinking possum.
Okay. So update 19 days later on August 8th. After exactly 1 month, I have finally figured it out.
Oh yeah.
A few days ago, I got my son to acknowledge a couple of his toys from the doorway, and he stepped in with a little bit of encouragement. I then took the opportunity to point at the objects in his room, and he had a huge reaction to a Marvel poster that has been hanging over his bed since we moved in over a year ago. He ran to our bedroom and hid under our covers, so I took it off the wall and walked through the hallway. I stopped at our room for confirmation, and he freaked out when he saw what I was holding.
Just got to make sure
taunting
for
your
science. Is this the one?
Traumatize that motherfucker.
I told him that it's going in the garbage and he's never going to see it again. I hid it downstairs for later disposal, came back upstairs and told him it was gone. He leapt out of our bed and hurried down the hall to his room and jumped in excitement, saying, "Evil face is gone." He then screamed in excitement about his Mario Kart bed, tossed my pillows off, threw his Mario Kart pillow on, and tucked himself in. I was so ecstatic. I danced around with him for the rest of the night, singing "No More Evil Face." We played with all the toys he missed. He slept in his room that night and has since been spending every time in his room playing by himself. He brings up nightly that Evil Face is gone and that his room is fun. To those who are curious, it was a Marvel framed poster with like 100 plus superheroes and villains on it. He had always named even some of the more obscure characters. My husband is a comic book guy and passed on this knowledge. I'm not sure which character scared him in particular, but I theorize it was either MODOK or Ego the Living Planet. I didn't stop to have him point out which the evil face was. And I do have an image of evil, like the poster.
Oh, they posted a picture of the poster?
They did. They sent a link.
Hell
in.
yeah.
So this is the poster. You guys can see
MODOK
that.
is
Maybe
pretty
top
ugly.
top left, and top right.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
pretty scary to me.
That's
like this
MODOK and
one.
Ego.
Yeah, so there's a few that this could be.
I mean,
Yeah.
Red Skull, not particularly attractive man.
No. There's a few it could be. You know what I
I
mean?
could see how Groot could be scary to a child.
Venom in the background here.
I know like a third of these
Even
things.
Thanos.
That shit was talking to him like a Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movie. Be who you are, Norman.
He's like, I don't want to.
No, I'm good.
So yeah, random, find that OP figured out what it was. It's too bad it took a month, but sounds like the kid's okay.
I gotta say, this kid sounds like a little bitch.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just fucking around. But Sean's when Sean said a while ago, I was like, the poster, is this the one that scares you right in his
That's
face?
crazy. Watch the kid get scared of a poster, take the poster down and be like, is this it? Is this the one?
Point out which one.
This guy's gonna be a DC fanatic growing up. Like, fuck Marvel. It scared me when I was little.
Oh my God.
No, DC has some creepy characters as well. But I thought that was a fairly wholesome story we got into there.
Poor kid.
Poor kid, but he seems fine.
Yeah.
Now he's enjoying his room, sleeping in it.
This is a note for me. Maybe don't give all my interest to my kid when he's young.
Wait
want to
until
watch
they're, like,
this
8?
death match, Junior?
We're gonna watch all
You
the
wanna
Marvel
summon
movies.
Dark Magician.
Want to watch this Texas death match between...
All right. Moving on to the next story, cross-posted on our subreddit by Writing Giraffe.
Yeah.
And we go from wholesome to not so much.
Damn it. Here we go.
Actually, I do know Riding Giraffe. I was making a joke, but then I realized, actually, I do know Riding Giraffe. I've heard that name many times. I'm pretty sure I've used them.
Yeah. I think you've used Strawberry Bunny as well, but
Really?
yeah.
My apologies.
There's only so much things Sean can remember.
Yeah. How am I going to remember all top 500 wrestlers if I memorize you guys? Right?
Or all of those Marvel characters. That I
Or
just
every
showed.
single Marvel character on that poster. God, I wish I could pick and choose what I could remember.
All right. So I, 30 male, have never truly been attracted to my girlfriend's 28 female body. I love her mind, but the lack of sexual attention is beginning to take a toll on our 8-year relationship. What can I do to save it?
Bitch!
Sean's face is exactly what I had when I read
What
this.
the fuck? 8 years and you've never been sexually attracted to? Way to waste 8 years of her life. You know what I'm saying, bud? Because I'll tell you what, dozens of men are probably thirsting for that body. You know what I'm saying? And she is wasting her life on your bitch ass. That's crazy. You could have just been friends.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, this is, we never diagnose, or we do sometimes, and then we get yelled at, so we try not to. There is a chance, I don't, not mentioned, but I doubt it. I was going to say maybe OP could be asexual, but then by saying I've never been sexually attracted to my girlfriend makes it sound like you've been sexually attracted to others. If that makes sense, kind of like I don't know, the absence of whatever. So unless that's the case, maybe you're asexual. Again, not a lot of information, pretty short post. We can't really make a ton of assumptions. And if we do, it's not good too. That's not our place. But if you are attracted to other people, boy, oh boy, what a fucking waste of both of y'all's lives. Really? I mean, truly, honestly.
I feel like you've been lying to them the whole time.
Yeah, I bet you if you told her this right now, she would be out
break up with
the
your
door.
Yeah.
As she should
8
be.
years is a long time.
That's fucking
8
crazy.
years is crazy. Honestly, 8 months is a long time. Like,
Yeah.
Kind
yeah,
of
actually true.
just a waste of time. Just because I feel like, I don't know, this is probably stereotypical, but I feel like physical sexual attraction is kind of like the first door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be, but like
It doesn't always have to be, but like,
Attraction is primal sometimes.
yeah, it's kind of, you see somebody and you're like,
Damn.
I want to do something about that.
Or if you truly love someone, like you're like you are attracted to them as a whole of a person.
I love you
know what I mean?
guys.
Like,
and I am trying to fuck.
Shit.
We're traveling together, buddy. Don't tell me what a good time.
All right, so
Probably
let's hop
dropping that
into it.
$50 tier. Probably more than that. It probably take more than $50.
I'm worth more than that, bro.
I'm good.
Way off topic. Way super off topic. But have y'all heard of, I think, shout out my friend Hannah. She told me about it. But I think there's a show on HBO Max called Naked Attraction. And
Naked
it's like
Attraction.
it's like a UK show. And they like, one person comes out and then they have like 5 like glass doors. And then they raise it a little bit like to the ankles.
Oh,
And then
I
they're
have
like,
seen
oh,
this.
yeah, what do you think about that? And then they raise it to the fucking genitals, just out.
They showed the peen?
I saw 5 peens.
Holy.
Show peen. And then she's like, oh, yeah, I don't like how long that one is. I usually prefer girth. Or like, I don't like his stance. And I'm just like, you could not pay me enough money to stand there with my micro peen just out. Are you fucking?
They gotta raise mine a lot more than the other.
And then they just go on. They keep raising all the way to the face. And then she eliminates one
As
per
they
question.
go.
And then
Yeah.
when they get
Holy.
eliminated, they lift the whole thing and they have to walk out and be like, hi, my name's fucking Bob. I work in accounting. Just naked talking to people that are are fully clothed. The host and the
That's
person picking.
wild.
I was shocked. But I guess it is kind of nice to see just normal people.
Oh,
You know
I
what I
see.
mean?
Yeah. It's not like
I guess it's
supermodels.
kind of like body positivity because they are just like, this is Bob. He's a 40-year-old accountant.
right.
This is a normal male body.
yeah.
So it's
That's
I
fair.
guess
I do appreciate that.
body positivity wise, it is nice to just see like what normal people look like. But again, I was just shocked when it lifted and it wasn't it was just uncensored peen. I was like, whoa, insane. So check that out if that's something that sounds interesting. Not a
This episode
sponsor,
not sponsored by.
but would love to be. But would love to be.
The way how much I consume HBO Max, please sponsor us.
That's funny. All right, so let's get into the actual story. So this is the lack of sexual attention for 8 years. Before I met her, I only dated what my friends have referred to as blonde bimbos, based on looks. It never ended well as we never matched intellectually or had any interests in common. In order to give myself the chance of finding someone worth keeping, I forced myself to ignore the outside and only focus on the inside. This is when I met my current girlfriend. She is smart. We share basically the same interests and hobbies. I love her family. She gets on great with my friends, and some of our girlfriends have even started their own girls' club together so they can hang out without being reliant on the guys. I was hoping that my toxic view of women would change, and over time I would learn to find her body even just half as beautiful as I find her mind. But it hasn't. She is the biggest person I've ever dated. She is a head lower than me, but weighs a decent amount more. Absolutely not my usual type. I am fit, work out 5 days a week, and love the mountains and hiking. She has never been petite, but has been a weightlifter before, so she is strong as a bull. We have gone on many wonderful hikes, but are limited to the less demanding treks due to her size. The first 2 years, we had sex about 4 to 6 times a week. Everything was wonderful, and I didn't mind that her body was not the prettiest because I was so in love with her mind. And I was always thinking and hoping that one day I would wake up and love her body. But I don't. Now, for the past 4 years, we have sex maybe once every 3 months. If I said yes every time she initiated, we would be at it at least 3 to 5 times a week. So he's saying no a lot.
Denying her 3 to 5 times a week? That's fucking
That's wild, brother.
Bro.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, as a partner, that's tough to hear.
Yeah, I mean,
times. Like,
Don't
okay,
hear what we're not
obviously-
saying. You're always allowed full
Yes.
autonomy of your
Autonomy.
body.
Anatomy. You're also allowed
that.
anatomy.
You're also
as well.
allowed your anatomy as well. But autonomy, you could say no if you want. But at a certain point, if you're realizing, oh, I'm denying my partner like 5 times a week, maybe we should talk about this or like try and figure it out. To let that go on for years, I feel like is.
But it's not even just denying it because, maybe they're not feeling it. They're denying it because
Right.
they're not attractive to their
Yeah.
partner. That's what makes it fucked
And that's
up.
something you
Yes.
need to say and communicate. That way she can fucking
Off the
dump
bat.
your ass and find
Yes.
somebody
Or-
else who wants to fuck.
Or maybe don't say that. Just just dump her. Like, just break up with her.
Or that too.
You don't have to tell her that.
That's true.
And
You
hurt her
can
feelings.
spare her the heartbreak.
Yeah, the therapy
heartbreak
years later.
either way, but the fucking
Yeah, yeah.
judgment.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's so a lot of denial. And again, you're allowed to like say no to sex whenever you feel like it. But
Mhm.
yeah, this amount and for the reason he's doing it,
Yeah, the premise is what's crazy.
gross.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. It crushes my heart that I feel so superficial and that I'm doing this to her. But I always keep thinking that one day it'll be different.
It's been 8 years, brother.
Yeah, now almost 8 years in, and I'm lost. My mood has changed in the last year, and I'm starting to think that I will never get rid of my stupid preferences of a lean, fit body. We have talked about our lack of intimacy many times and tried a lot of different stuff to try and gain back the spark, but it always bounces back to the same old thing within 2 weeks. I've never told her what I think about her body. That would crush her self-esteem, I think. She is already a bit insecure that she is strong with a layer of fat on top and not lean, skinny, petite. We have never ever had a real fight. I do not think either of us have gone to bed angry at the other person. Her family is the best in the world. So why can't I get my dumb mind to accept her as she is and love her for the beautiful person she is? She has said that she will marry me the second I ask. Even her parents have begun to ask me when I will be asking her. But I do not want to marry her until I can figure out my other issues. I have not been able to get my mind to it. I'm at total loss as to what I can do to save this. Is it savable? I do not want to get a divorce in a few years just because I cannot change my view. Do you have any tips to help me see her true beauty?
I gotta say, set her free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother. You are wasting
It sounds
her
like you
time.
have so much stuff that you have to work on internally, and you're stringing someone along with that. You keep saying that hopefully one day I'll wake up and you'll see her attractive. If you really loved her that much, you would find her attractive any shape or form whatsoever, right?
Mhm.
The preferences you have are your own internal issues that you got to work with. You got to set her free because she's going to be with someone that appreciates her for every inch of her body that she has, and she's gonna accept that. She's gonna be accepted for who she is. So I gotta say, break up with her.
Yeah. Pretty much. I said everything. I not
During
gonna
the
lie.
story.
I thought the story was done after that first paragraph when I went off. So truly, nothing that he said made me change my opinion at all.
Mhm.
Truly, just wasting her time, wasting your time, honestly. And you're getting family involved. They're waiting for a ring, and like John said, you're just stringing on the lives of multiple people. And just to do something that you need to figure out on your own. So yeah, I don't know. You got to set her free. And then, I don't know. You got to work on yourself. Maybe therapy. Get therapy. That's
There you
it.
go. It's been a while since we used that button. I think we say it every week and we just don't use the buttons too often.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, yeah, Opie's a very selfish person. Not
Extremely.
once in there was he like, I wonder what, like, he mentioned that she's insecure, but like, it was always like, how's this affect me? How's like,
Mhm.
you should have figured this out years ago. Like 8 years is insanity.
Insanity.
To me, like, that's selfish of you to try and like keep this because, and like string her along when you're not 100% sure or 100% in on this.
Yeah, you're already contemplating that there might be a divorce possibly down the line, and
Which
that's
is
not
crazy.
that's not a mindset that you get into if you want to spend your life with somebody.
No, that's never been a concept to me when I was thinking about proposing. You know what I mean? I'm
Yes.
We might
I'm
get
not-
divorced.
yeah, that's never been a thought in my mind. And so like for you to lead her on for 8 years to now the point where she's like, yeah, I'm ready to get married. Her family is ready for you to join the family. Like, you're such a selfish person, dude. You should have figured this out years ago. And like Sean said, like 8 months tops, a year max. And if you're still not feeling that person, then that's fine. You could just break up. Like, it sounds like you just have never had the backbone to do that, which is shitty
Yes.
of you. Like, that's shitty of you not to do that and to allow her to find someone who's going to love her for who she is and what she looks like.
Yeah.
Because there's someone out there for both of you.
We're always positive about people having their preferences of what they like, but not to the extent where you affect someone's life for nearly a decade.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
crazy behavior.
It's insane. And then big lower score responsibility 93 in our comments said, I've been with my boyfriend a very long time, and over the years we've gained weight and lost weight, and usually not at the same time, but never realize it until we look back at our pictures. He's my love. I see him as a whole. I find this hard to relate to or give honest advice on. And that's like,
Yeah.
I feel that's how we feel it too. It's like,
Yeah.
we love our partners, how they
Hell
look,
yeah.
who they are.
I tell Juliet through thin and thick because I only got thicker throughout the years, but she still loves me and I still love her, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like everyone fluctuates in their weight and their appearance. And yeah, you may not feel your best, but your partner should always look at you as the love of their life and a beautiful person. So if you're not doing that, then you're not with the right person.
Yep. If you don't get googly eyes you
Every
ain't with the
day.
right one.
Every day.
Every
yeah.
day.
When you wake up
Yeah.
to their third alarm.
Third, those are rookie numbers.
Shit.
It's so insane that Sienna is me and you are Nancy in a lot of ways. It's so strange to me, but also makes sense about
That
why
makes us good podcasting
we're all
partners.
compatible. And yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one posted by Medican. And this was on Sean's favorite subreddit.
Ooh.
Today I fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so today I fucked up by believing in the 3-day rule in dating.
Is that what someone you don't call someone until 3 days after or some shit like that?
I think so.
Yeah, I'd never heard of this.
I feel like I've seen that in like TV and movies.
Like, this feels like something that would be a premise on Friends or something like that.
It's
You know
like,
what I mean?
tee-hee, don't text me till 3 days after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like early 2000s, 90s, this was like a normal sitcom type thing.
like How I Met Your Mother. I feel there's probably an episode of How I Met Your Mother where
Yeah.
Barney maybe does this.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, Barney's not calling people back, I don't think.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Nope.
He's just doing the never call back.
Yeah.
rule.
He's Captain Ghost.
Yeah. All right, let's hop into it and see how this how he fucked up using this rule. Honestly, I don't know why I'm writing this. I guess even if it helps a single romantic somewhere in the world, it will be worth it. I went on a date with a girl I matched on a dating app. As an average-looking guy, I don't get many matches, and the ones I usually get end up ghosting or unmatching me for no reason.
I can't ever go back in the dating world. God damn. This would be me.
He says men will know that feeling, but I also feel like women also get this as well. So I feel it shouldn't be a gender thing. People on dating apps know this feeling because it happens to everyone.
It's hard out here.
Anyway, this girl was different than the rest. We matched, talked for hours, and decided to go on a date the very next day. A surprise, but a welcome one. The next day comes and we meet and share a bottle of wine. A few awkward moments in the beginning, but that's understandable for a first date. Overall, it was a pleasant date, and I thought she shared the same sentiment. We parted ways, and my fuck up commences. I like her enough to send a message in the next few hours, but decide to consult some of my friends and sleep on it first. Everyone gave different advice, and I decided to follow the 3-day rule in dating, thinking that giving her too much attention too soon would scare her off. For those who don't know the 3-day rule, it's waiting at least 3 days to text or call a girl after the first date. So you nailed it, John. I wound up caving in and messaging her a day later. Told her that I planned for our 4th date. We talked about an upcoming 2nd and 3rd date half jokingly. She seemed very offended about me not texting her for a full day after our date. I tried to explain I was swamped at work and only had very short window of opportunity to text, and waited until I'm fully available to talk. I apologized twice and expressed my willingness to go on another date. She sent me a few cold messages and then finally unmatched me.
Damn.
We could have been good together, but I decided to follow a stupid rule and not my heart. Because of that, I maybe missed on a beautiful chance at love. Who knows? Everyone is different and they have different feelings and opinions about dating, but I've learned that I should follow my heart from now on, and I suggest every hopeless romantic out there do the same thing.
It's hard out there. I don't know. I'm so thankful Nancy and I found each other before dating apps.
Dating apps.
Same way, brother.
Just because it seems like, I feel, ironically, do dating apps make it more difficult to date?
I've listened to a lot of podcasts about this because it's a fascinating concept, like the gamification of the dating app sphere. I listen to a lot of like UX design podcasts and stuff like that, and this is a big thing. It's like they gamify it so much that it's addicting to get off of it, and so even if you find someone, people still find themselves swiping, and it's like, well, why are you doing that? It's like, well, because it's like, oh, it triggers something in your brain where it's like,
Pokemon.
oh, yeah, it's Pokemon. You got to catch them all, right?
I guess.
And so like it's easy to find people, but it's hard to get out of the loop of finding people. I guess that's kind of the best way I could describe it, the psychology behind it. But
yeah,
anyway, so a lot of people just find it easier to be like, oh, I found one thing wrong with this person. I'll find someone else.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Right is out there.
Because like part of me is like, before dating apps, I definitely, after the date, me and Nancy were texting after our first date, like immediately. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's not that crazy to have been like, I went to sleep right after our date and then I went to work and now I'm talking to you. I feel like that's not like a super disrespectful thing, right? Is it? Again, I haven't dated in so long, but I feel like that doesn't sound like the craziest thing.
I think in this day and age, because it's like we all know everyone has their phone on them at all times, and so it's like
ain't no way that you could just ignore somebody
so
like that.
even not even being like, hey, I had fun tonight, going to bed or whatever like that. Like even that is like something you can definitely do in the time frame between your date and going to bed, with your phone on you at all times, which is the issue with having constant communication with.
But then there are some people that, even though they have their phone on them at all times, they're not like on at all times.
Right
you know
away.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's,
Right.
I just,
I agree
again,
with you.
I haven't dated. I feel like one day seems fine. Like, especially
Yeah.
after the workday, I don't know. Again, me and Nancy have been together a long time. So it's just like, but then again, you're right. Even back then, it's not like I waited a long time as soon as the date was done, I was like, I had a great time.
That's what I'm saying too, man.
Mhm.
Like it's so hard to relate to, these types of rules, these dating rules. I don't know. I guess I've always kind of worn my heart in my sleeve. So if someone was like interested in me or like the time when Juliet was interested in me, I wanted to let my intentions know, like, hey, I'm the same way. I'm not going to wait a couple days. I'm not going to wait 3 days.
Yeah.
Like I wanted my intentions to be directed off the bat. It's just like, hey, I want this to keep going. And if there's a way, or if there's a time frame where she's like, oh, well, I'm kind of not vibing with you anymore, that'll just kind of just save me time instead of stringing people along. And also, I think also like I wouldn't survive in this, I guess, day and age of dating. I can't talk to multiple people. Like that's just so difficult. It's so much energy you have to do. I don't know. I've always been kind of like a one person type of guy. So if I'm talking to one person, I'm talking to one person.
Mhm.
So it's just hard for me to relate people swiping, trying to find the right person. I'm like, okay, well, I got to see where things go here. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's fair. That's I think that's a healthy way to look at it, and it's probably how we should go back to. But with how
I'm
much
just
money,
old.
with how much money those motherfuckers are making at Tinder and Bumble and all that shit,
For real.
it's not going back.
Mhm.
All right, last story we got here, cross posted by the goat of goats, Mary Gitz, 2011.
Whoa.
And the title for this one is "My Boyfriend Shouted at an Entire Room, and I've Never Felt So Turned On."
It should have been. This should have been the boyfriend that stood up by touching the pregnant lady's belly.
Yeah, true.
Some Khal Drogo shit. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I saw your Instagram story.
I don't know a lot about Game of Thrones, but that's a bad person, right?
Khal Drogo. That was
Yeah.
Daenerys's. Well, I mean, his tribe did a lot of unspeakable, dastardly things to a lot
Didn't
of
he
people. but-
R-word her a lot or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess
Yeah.
who is good in that show? It seems like a lot of
No
people are
one.
Nobody.
Not
doing
too many.
incest and R-word.
Everyone is
and-
backstabbing each other, killing each other, slicing each other's throats. So
Maybe
there's
Jon
no good
Snow.
or bad.
Bran.
Or Bran just
What
got
about
pushed
the hold
up.
the door guys? He seems like
Oh, he's a
good
good
guy.
guy.
Hodor,
yeah.
Hodor is innocent.
But yeah, he's definitely. I also think in the books he marries her when she's like 12, so it is
Bad.
Oh, they're all young.
Yeah.
They're all very
Bad.
young.
So
Yeah.
not good.
very. Anyway, all right. So my friends were holding a local charity event last night. Local food, local wine, and a raffle for a good cause. I took along my boyfriend, and we met some other friends there. There were 2 long tables that sat about 40 people each, so it was very busy. The lead of the event, a very sweet local man, stood up to talk through the raffle and thank people for attending. But the vast majority of people at the tables were talking loudly, and it made for a painful viewing because no one could hear him, and it was quite awkward, even with a microphone. My boyfriend is very calm, he's friendly and polite, but also has a low tolerance for disrespectful people. We were all looking at each other and frowning when my boyfriend turned his head and shouted, "Be quiet!" down the 2 tables. And after that, there was a total silence. The man finishes his speech, and whenever someone else stood up to talk as part of the night, everyone went quiet very quickly. I felt flushed and red-faced when he did that. Then I realized I was insanely turned on how he just commanded that room.
Sheesh. No one's going to be quiet tonight, if you know what I mean.
Everyone showed him total respect. The other boyfriends fist bumped him, and my girlfriends all gave me a look. I can't stop thinking about it.
We're going to fist bump
Hell
you,
yeah.
girl.
He's gonna
Hey,
be
she ain't
commanding
going to be
that.
telling you to shush later. Just be like, yeah, keep screaming.
He's gonna be commanding that bedroom tonight. Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't hold the door. Close that. Shut it quick.
No, assert your dominance. Keep the door open.
All right, moving on to our segment. Did I say is this poster okay in the initial or what?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Okay. No, I said rate that date.
Yep.
I did say the rate
That was
thing.
a test.
You said
and
one
we
thing.
failed, John.
Yeah.
We failed.
You guys did not listen.
Ah, damn.
You
I
definitely
also
mentioned the
forgot,
name
so-
of the game.
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
some sort of segment. You're asking the wrong two people to pay attention.
This is a segment from our writer, kind of producer, I guess producer technically too. Produces
The Amazing.
Produces the
this
segment.
portion. Yeah, of the segment. Alex Underbakke, aka the Amazing Underbakke.
Wow.
And this is Rate That Date.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be reading 2 dating stories, and you will each give it a rating between 1 to 3. It's been changed up.
Whoa.
Let's go.
1 is a code red flag. 2, fine. And 3, amazing date.
Wood.
3 is wood. Yeah, exactly. Alex had to change it up because there was too many numbers we weren't using for sure.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's usually 1, 3,
Or 5.
or 5. Yeah, it was one or the other. So this first date comes from r/dating stories from OP Asian Driver LA.
Whoa, so close to my first email as a teenager.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it
Asian
Asian
driver.
driver, Texas?
AZN something and a number.
That's the only way to spell Asians. AZN.
Yeah, AZN.
Oh, this is not spelled that way. It's spelled Asian.
Congrats
They're not really
on
Asian.
not being old.
They're not real. They're actually just racist.
They're probably just younger than us, John. AZN was a very millennial.
True.
Just reminds me of that Got Rice song. If you know, you know. We can make
Yeah.
All right. So the title of this one is A Guy Told Me He Occasionally Masturbates. Oh, God.
On a date?
No, wait. A guy told me that he occasionally masturbates his dog to ejaculation and that a lot of dog owners do it. What? I had to think about that one because I was like, well, that's weird. And then I was like, that's
a lot
even
of
weirder.
dog owners or dog breeders?
A lot of dog owners do that, apparently.
I never jacked off Kevin once because that is
And that's why he doesn't come when you call him, John.
Huh? Why ain't touching his shit?
All
No one's
right.
coming in this house.
So just when I start to think there's nothing left in the dating world that can surprise me anymore, I find myself having a first phone conversation with a dude who spends the bulk of his time talking about making his dog ejaculate. First, he recounted
Bulk of the time
the bulk of the time.
is
I'm shocked, and that's coming from me.
This is animal cruelty, I think, at this point.
well, at least he's letting it finish. It'd be cruelty edging the dog. I mean,
I don't think any of these is a good thing, brother. Don't even touch it anywhere near that.
edging would be a worse crime. This is a crime.
Worst crime.
Edging is worse. I feel
Okay, I got it. And the levels of hell, it's like
the levels
7
of
and
hell.
6.
this person's going to the second to lowest level,
Got it. Okay.
and then the edgers are going to the lowest level.
So first he recounts how his dog always got a boner when his ex-girlfriend came over and how she found it fun to rub his little boner and make him come.
Hey, yo.
He then went into
There are
an
two psychos in this story.
yeah,
Two
The ex-
psychos.
yeah.
Damn, Alex, what the fuck did you find?
What is going on?
This definitely can't go on TikTok. He then went into an unsolicited explanation describing in great detail the process by which one masturbates their dog to ejaculation, which both he and his ex-girlfriend would do occasionally to help the dog out.
I don't think that's what you're doing, right? I don't think that's it. Also,
don't think so.
like, I feel like this is a quick Google search. Wouldn't be me.
I'm not Googling
Not gonna
shit.
be
I'm
me.
not putting that one on my...
But that can't be normal. There's no way that's normal.
Now, in all my years, having had countless conversations with likely thousands of people, never, not once, has the topic of discussion ever landed on jacking your dog off. So understandably, I was at a loss on how to respond and ended up just making some comment about how life must be tough without opposable thumbs. I then added that I'd never heard of a dog owner being so generous in this manner. According to him, it's very common for dog owners to provide this assistance.
I can't imagine. I
No.
don't think that's true.
No.
I don't think that's true.
My outward response to him, interesting. My inside response, what in the bestiality fuck? Is that true?
That's what I'm. There's no fucking way. There's absolutely
like-
no fucking way.
No. I feel like this is something I would have heard about.
Who would jack off any animal? That's so insane.
Yeah.
That's so fucking insane.
This is mortifying.
But admittedly, I don't have a lot of experience being a dog owner, and masturbating your dog doesn't seem like the type of information that one volunteers in casual conversation.
Crazy to volunteer it and then have that be the bulk of the conversation.
And continue on with that conversation. Yeah.
That's something you say once and like, oops, shouldn't have said that. To go on
You don't
and continue.
ever say that. Not even in a oops moment.
Doubles down. My ex also did this. Oh, cool.
Oh my God.
So you have to be arrested, right? This has to be
I
a crime.
hope they do.
I think it is literally bestiality, right? Right?
It's gotta
It
be.
feels like it.
Poor dog has no consent. You sick
Exactly.
fucks.
Dog owners out here, you got to tell me, is this something you do if you decide not to have your dog fixed? I need to know this before if I ever get a dog. I mean, I love dogs. I really do, but I don't love dogs. You know what I'm saying?
No. And if this is some sort of an issue, you know, we take them to like physicals all the time. If a vet says, hey, they gotta get their shit off, I'm gonna be like, we're gonna hire someone to do that. It ain't gonna be us. Gotta be some sort of medical procedure. But a casual jacking off your dogs, you sick motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ew.
I haven't
Fucking
owned
gross.
dogs since I was like in high school, but I imagine they just hump like a stuffed animal or their dog bed, or I don't think they
Something.
need you in
I've
that.
never had a male dog, but
You don't assist them that way. That is
yeah.
Also, it sounds like something you
Gross.
didn't do until your weird ex-girlfriend did it, and then y'all both convinced each other that's a normal thing to do. It's not.
And then tried to gaslight
It's
this random
not.
person.
It's
Just thinking
definitely not.
normal.
I
Crazy.
have never once in my life heard somebody do that shit.
maybe like breeders if they have some sort of a stud, but normal dog owners?
Even then, I think I don't know.
I
If that's
don't
what
know,
breeders
to
are
be honest.
doing, I'm like, maybe breeders should fucking relax, because
maybe
Hey.
y'all should chill.
yeah, don't fucking jerk your dog. Give them a goddamn fucking stuffed animal or some shit. Don't they love humping shit?
Don't they do that to horses?
God damn
Uh,
it.
Yeah, I didn't know that actually.
They jerk off the horse?
I don't. Some.
I don't know the actual full story of it, but it's like, yeah.
Maybe I'll just
I
need to
don't know.
leave animals the fuck alone. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Hot,
think
That's what I do.
hot take.
Leave them
general.
alone.
Hot take. Leave animals the fuck alone, y'all.
I don't think that's a hot take,
That's
brother.
a bold stance,
So,
Sean.
it sounds like to breeders. Hot take. Stop that.
To be fair, I don't think this is a common occurrence. I don't think most
I don't think it is
breeders
either.
are doing this, or most dog owners. I think this is a weird guy with his weird ex-girlfriend.
Stop doing it to horses too. I don't know anything about horses, but stop jerking off horses.
That's a 1 on the date scale. That's a red
If we
flag.
could
That's a
go
negative
0,
7.
if we could go past the scale, it would be that. Possibly the worst date we've ever heard
Should be arrested
on this show.
I think.
Jail, I think. I mean, I don't know the legality of that, but that's just, I don't know. If you're willing to do that, you have to be doing other crimes as well.
I would think so. All right. Date number 2 from r/ask Reddit from OP Grabbin' Cow Licks.
Surely can't get worse.
Well, Grabbin' Cow Licks is a terrible name after that story we just read. This one goes like this. I don't know if there's a title. Oh, it's from r/ask Reddit, so it's probably a commenter, so there's no title. Met a girl online and set up a dinner date. She spent the whole evening complaining about her family, describing them as horrible, hate-filled people that are always judging her and making her out to be some awful person. It was an awful first date conversation, to say the least. She drank a couple glasses of wine with dinner. As they're finishing up the meal, the waitress drops off the check. It was the middle of a Friday dinner rush, and my date looks at me with angry smirk and says, completely seriously, I guess I don't want any more wine. I should order another glass just to make her get me one. I don't remember, but I think she actually did flag down the waitress and make her get another glass of wine. Either way, it left me with a bad impression of her, and there wasn't a second date. So was she doing that to not pay for the next glass of wine? Is that what it was?
Maybe because the check got dropped off quick and they probably seemed like they were being rushed to leave.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Because they said it was like a busy Friday dinner rush, which
Right.
is understandable. Come on, servers are busy.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather get the check earlier if I like
Same.
than later. But
Also, this person is trauma dumping off the bat. That's
a red
you
flag.
need to go to a therapist for that, not a
Yeah.
fucking first date.
It's hard
That's not
for
something
me
you unload on someone.
to give this a 1 when the other one was Satan.
I gave the other one negative, so I'm giving this one 1.
That's fair.
For sure.
The other one
Alex,
was
we need more
Satan.
numbers.
Bring
We
it
need
back.
more
Bring
numbers
back 5. Bring back 5. Because this would be a 2. This would be
And
a 2.
the other one would be a 1.
The other one would be 1 because that was Lucifer himself.
Oh, fuck. All right. We'll cap off the Patreon with that. For those who want to check out the Patreon story, John goes on a impressive rant about work from home.
Sorry.
No, that was awesome.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
That was great.
I cut a promo, guys. That's the best I can do.
So we got a PayPal donation for Nora. Comes from Mitchell, who sent $103.30.
Oh, fuck. Hell
Oh
yeah,
my
Mitchell.
gosh.
Yeah.
Mitchell, thank you.
That was sent to our PayPal. Thank you very much, Mitchell. They sent along a comment, says, "Thank you, boys, for being the amazing people that you are. I've been a little behind on the podcast for the past few weeks, but now I'm caught up. I wanted to show support for the families of Gaza. Free Palestine. Watermelon, watermelon, watermelon.
Pineapples.
Pineapple. My bad. So thank you very much, Mitchell, for that. To date, we have raised $5.5 thousand. Is that how it works?
Well, it's like 5.5 million. Like,
No.
that'd be nice.
That would be amazing.
That would be.
5,500 for
Yeah.
for the Americans out there.
I think Nora's goal is 60,000, right?
Yeah,
So we're,
Yeah.
we're
I
quite
think
a
we're
ways
over-
away.
I think we're half of the donations. Our community, which
I'm
is
not
amazing.
good at percentages,
But-
but that seems like a lot.
Wikimaniac.
It is.
We have, $5,500. Nora's GoFundMe when we started was at 0. So guys,
Mhm.
keep doing what you're doing. You guys are helping out immensely. You guys are, like Josh said, half of Nora's donations.
It's amazing.
It's truly amazing.
Yeah. So thank you, Mitchell, for that, and thank you for everyone who's donated. I got a comment or a review, sorry, from MCUI. I don't know how I pronounce that, so I'm just reading it out. And they give us a 5-star and say racist not allowed.
Ooh.
Hey boys, I've been a listener for years and I'm slowly catching up with the newest episodes during work as I was overseas for a while. I work as a deaf-blind support worker in Australia, but I'm in the middle of changing jobs.
Oh, Sean. Throw another shrimp in a bobby.
Shrimp on the Bobby, yeah.
So this podcast helps me keep the anxiety at beast at bay. I only play you in the car and not with my hearing clients. Deafness and blindness is a spectrum. I am currently listening to this episode during AAPI month.
Our month.
Your month, correct. And I got to say that so many comments were about Sean and John bullying Josh as a white man. Well, I'm fighting back. POCs unite. Overthrow the whites. Asian gang forever.
Damn right. Hell yes.
And then they write, P.S. Josh, you're actually amazing for letting us have this bit. Really means a lot to hear you laugh and stand on our side. Much love to all of you, and you'll have a rich in me always. So thank you for that
Thank you
one.
so much.
Thank you.
Thought that was a funny review.
Yeah.
If people think we're actually seriously racist against Josh, that's on you.
No, I
We
wouldn't.
love our white man.
I
The
wouldn't
white
do a
devil's our favorite.
podcast with them if I.
I don't think we'd
thought
hit our
that.
3-year anniversary if
Yeah.
we
We
truly
literally
hated
run
him.
a business together. Come on now.
We voted to
All
make him the
jokes.
CEO. So
And
Immediately.
it's hard not to make fun of me when I think OPP. You know what I mean? First,
This guy pronounces it faux. The fuck you expect?
Faux was crazy.
taco
Faux-
sauce.
Faux and OPP being back to back was just insane work.
It hit me hard. Yeah, that was
That was
tough. That was tough. Tim Walls is my VP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
he loves that white guy tacos or whatever. That one hit close to home. I was like, if I could vote for you, I would.
Walls is the,
You're
is the
honorary.
dude.
By all means.
Yeah. All right. That's it for this episode.
Oh wait,
Wikimanias.
can I read something?
Oh yeah, go ahead, John. Sorry.
No, that's
Uh,
actually it.
you-
Well, thank you guys so much.
No, you guys want to? Do you guys potentially want to cry today?
Oh, no,
Sure.
not particularly.
What else am I going to do on a Tuesday night?
I mean, we had like this really meaningful message, and this comes from, and you know this person, both of y'all, from Stevie. So
Oh,
Stevie left
Shout out Stevie.
a fantastic message to us, and I wanted to make sure we read it so that way, we can let her know how much we appreciate her. So, you guys ready for this one?
YouTube
Yeah,
and
YouTube
Discord
goat.
goat.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this is how it goes. Boys, buckle up because this one's probably going to be long and potentially emotional.
Oh,
And they put 3 years. Holy shit. I wanted to send this during the live stream, but I wasn't able to send it in time. And because there's a character limit in live chat, I also had some more things I wanted to add in anyway. Feel free to read this on an episode if you want, or you can keep it to yourselves. Stevie, we're definitely reading it. I have had the privilege of being a member of this community for 3 years now. You guys popped up on my YouTube suggestions randomly one day, and I thought what most women thought. Oh, great. More men with microphones.
There.
But I was proven wrong, and that was fair.
I feel I have to go back to the plaid because I feel that drew a lot of people in. White guy with plaid. There's no way he can be saying something good.
You got to do it. You got to bring it back, brother. And what I was greeted with instead was 3 weird men who were calling out the shitty ones, and it was a breath of fresh air. I remember the day I became the 300th Patreon of this channel and how proud I felt
Damn.
seeing how far you guys had gotten in such a short amount of time. We aren't far apart in age, but I've thought of you 3 as older brothers for over 2 years now. You've been with me through medical leave after medical leave, weight struggles, new jobs, shitty friendships, family drama, the loss of my grandparents this year, and the current mental trauma resulting from potentially losing my mother before my next birthday. And through it all, you guys have been there to make jokes, send memes, or just genuinely offering support or checking in to see how I'm doing. I've laughed, I've cried, and I've felt rage with a lot of the stories you guys have read. You've helped me much more than you could ever know. The last few years have been very hard for me, and there have been so many times I've thought about just not being here anymore. But you 3 have been a constant source of comfort and joy that's helped me keep going. You guys have made a community where everyone feels loved and safe and supported, and I hope you feel it back in return because you deserve it. I've made some amazing friends because of you guys that I probably wouldn't have made without this podcast. Y'all have made so many people feel so loved and important, myself included. And I don't think there will ever be a proper way I can thank you for that. You've truly helped save my life, and I will be forever grateful. So thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys, respectfully. And I'm so beyond proud to see the growth and support you've gained over the years. And I'm excited to see what's to come in the future. Congratulations on 3 years, and here's to many more. Your longtime fan, friend, and chaotic little sister, Stevie.
Holy
God
shit.
damn.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Stevie.
I messaged Stevie back. I was like, who the fuck told you to make me cry out of nowhere? But that was beautiful. I'm getting teary-eyed just reading that again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
thank
mean,
you, Stevie.
Stevie pays us back weekly.
Tenfold,
Tenfold.
1,000-fold.
Yeah,
Tenfold.
Like every week with like her contribution to the community and the chats and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's amazing to have people like this in our community. There's tons of them out there, and yeah, like it's great to see the community grow and become something bigger than us. Because like there's parts of the community that we are not as involved in, but they are supporting each other and talking to each other about hobbies or support, like whatever it happens to be, new goals and stuff like that. So it's amazing to see, and yeah, I've loved to watch that grow in the last 3 years, which is
We
crazy.
have no part of it.
Yeah.
That's a life of its own.
That's all you guys.
I always say, like, anytime, like, you know, if we do Q&As or whatever, or, you know, just like, what's the best thing? And it's always easily the community that we helped, but not created. We did not create this. We kind of just helped.
Yeah.
But just like the fact that there are so many people who have made friends with each other, you know, or just connections, or just, you know, just a safe place where people can go and, like, you know, just chat or show their meal, show their pets, anything like that. It's so insane to have been like a small part of that. So Stevie is definitely one of the goats. I don't get on. I'm not able to view the live streams often or the live premieres on YouTube. But every time I'm there, she's very active, and I'm always, very happy to see them in the chat and then in the Discord too. Probably one of the pioneer users on that Discord, as far as like connecting people and making the community what it is. So Stevie, thank you for being with us for all 3 of these years, and thank you for the kind message. That was definitely a great one, very emotional, and I hate saying that shit. So yeah, Stevie, you're fucking great.
Oh, I can't say more. The boy said it best, but thank you, Stevie. You're the best. You know how much we love you and how much we appreciate you. And I told her, anytime you need to pick me up, you can message me directly. I've always responded to you like right away. So please, you have all our attention. So we love you, Stevie. Hope everything's going well with you, and we appreciate everything you do for us. But that's it for me, boys.
All right. Well, if you want to hear more, please consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Or you can join our YouTube membership program by hitting the join on our YouTube channel. Of course, all the links are in the show notes. Thank you, Sean and John, for coming on today, giving your takes. I'm excited to see what Friday brings.
Hit it with that quote again, Sean.
Oh, hot take here? Don't fucking jerk off your dog. What's wrong with you? Don't fucking do that shit. That's bad. Hot take. I know I'm the crazy one here. Stop jerking off your pets.
It's a hot take. Another hot take is we got Decorum merch. Go check that out. Reddit.wikishop.com. Get your Sean Decorum merch
next month.
Today.
Stop jerking off your pet merch coming out.
Technically, we kind of have pet merch coming out next month.
It does not say don't jerk them off, but I think that's implied, right?
It's implied. Yeah.
I would think that's
Watch
implied.
Janelle just add it out of nowhere.
Janelle, don't do that. Don't do that. I can't imagine that selling.
All right. So thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Get therapy.